I wish they'd have spent 5 more minutes doing that so I wouldn't have to talk to you. That was great. What a joy to be in the hall with my brother, the Honorable Chief Justice, Senior Justice, the 8th Court of Appeals, Roger, my brother. He is the highest-ranking judge over 14 million people, including you, so behave yourself. Because we're so close in age, we're only 50 weeks apart, we shared a lot of experiences growing up. The one-room schoolhouse for 8 years, the Dolan High School, and of course doing farm work in our teen years. Dad would send us out to pick rocks off our fields before we were teenagers. Guess he thought it would be good training for whatever would come later in life. He was certainly right about that. After high school, my brother left to get an education for a career in law and earned several academic degrees. One of them even said summa cum laude on it. I just assumed that that was something pretty good. I also earned a degree from a small church-related college, graduating summa cum homie. That is where I've been pretty much ever since. But there was a period that I spent 10 years in the Mecca of the West that beckoned me in several different roles and several different positions in the state capitol and Pier. The subject of the South Dakota Medical School comes up once in a while occasionally, and sometimes my name even appears in that discussion. Tonight, I want to set the record straight. The legislature did commission a task force to make recommendations as what to do with our 2-year basic science school, and we set out to do that. The dean of the school at that time was Carl Wagner. He was a joy to know personally and to watch him lead. In the summary of his accomplishments listed here in the Hall of Fame, it says, Dr. Carl Wagner was the father of the degree-granting medical school. I often thought of him as the shepherd of the flock. And if Dr. Carl Wagner was the shepherd of the flock, I was just one of the crooks on his staff. Well, it became, that's kind of funny. I thought it'd be better received than that, but I never give up. I never give up. Well, it became my responsibility to report the recommendations of that committee to the state Senate. They took a vote that day. I'll never forget it. They voted 35 votes in favor, 0 against, and the rest is history. 1,800 South Dakotans, brightest and best, 1,800 young and women have earned their MD degrees, and many have spread out across the state, serving in hospitals and clinics, large and small, delivering quality health care to all our citizens. We should all be proud of that. I know I am. There are several major initiatives in those 10 years that are important to me, but I will close with just one. I was a member of an interim study committee looking at the assets the state held. I discovered the state had a lot of money assets, just plain cold, hard cash. The permanent school fund had millions, the state cement plant reserves in those days, and several retirement funds, and of course the state general funds had millions of dollars spread around in different demand accounts, government securities, and the like. And I would never say that any of those monies were mismanaged, but they weren't professionally managed, and I thought they should be. I put a bill together, Senate Bill 51. I was its sole sponsor. It was referred to the State Affairs Committee, which was a member at the time, and I said, now what do I do? I reached out to any and all who would listen and got the bill passed. The governor signed it. Governors, they sign most anything unless it's really bad. Well, we now had permission to create a state investment office with the authority to create a state investment board, to hire a state investment officer, and a handsome young man applied and talked to us about basis points, arbitrage, and other fancy investment terms, and we agreed that this guy's know more than we do, so let's give him a shot. Anyway, he went to work and assembled a group of young MBAs, and with the advice of a seasoned group of investment counsel, spent the next 33 years of his professional career creating a model for the rest of the nation to follow. There is no better record than that which Steve Myers established. The good news is that Steve and his wife Mary Lynn traveled from Florida to be with us tonight, and I hope that the 80,000 South Dakotans that are eligible for retirement benefits appreciate what he has done for them, as well as all of us who benefit from the untold millions of dollars that were earned because of this successive landmark achievement. The music is playing. I'm going to go on for 1 minute. Ann and I want to thank the measures of our family and friends, particularly come from far and wide to be with us tonight. Christine, Michael, and Dan, daughter-in-law Julie, 7 grandkids, special tribute to Ann. We are celebrating 59 years together this year, and without her, I wouldn't be standing here tonight. And with this lovely music background, I just want to say, we live in a great state. Its blessings outweigh its problems. Its future will be determined by the actions of ordinary citizens like you and me. Thanks. I'm very grateful.